Bonjour tout le monde. Last screencast for this chapter. We're going to be learning today about one more pronoun. Before we get into that though, let's talk about the ones that we've learned already. So far, we've learned the pronouns me, te, nous, vous, and we use those for talking about people. For talking about people or things, we learned that the direct object pronouns le, la, and les. The last ones we learned are the indirect object pronouns, lui and leur. We learn them in this order because that would be the order that they could go in a sentence if we have two of them together. So before I talk about our next one, I want to remind you about one that we learned freshman year, which we always use with aller. With aller, we must always have a place to go. So therefore, the word for there is as in simply y. So, here is the last one we are going to learn about. The pronoun on. The pronoun on is used to replace a noun that is introduced by de or any form of de. The contractions du, de la, de l'apostrophe, and des. On refers mostly to things. So looking at a couple of examples, tu as de l'aspirine. You notice how de, it's a form of de or one of its forms right here. This is saying do you have any aspirin? Oui, j'en ai. This means I have some. So this means I have, of it or of them or some. Okay, oui, j'en ai. There's no specific amount given here, you notice, but so it's just saying yes, I have some. Il parle de sa santé. Now here, the de does not mean some. Here, de means about. Here we're asking, is he talking about his health? And so we are going to answer that he is. Oui, il en parle. This en now means about it. So yes, he is talking about it. Vous sortez de l'hôpital. Here, the de doesn't mean of, it doesn't mean about, but here it means from. Are you leaving from the hospital? But even though it's this word de, we're going to still use on. Oui, j'en sors. So yes, I am leaving from it. So whatever meaning de has, if we're replacing what goes with de, we are going to use this pronoun on. Tu prends des médicaments? Are you taking some medicine? It has more of the same meaning as it does with de l'aspirine in our first example. And you would say, oui, j'en prends. Yes, I'm taking some of it or some. You'll also use the pronoun en with numbers or expressions of quantity. So in this case, en refers not only to things, but can also refer to people. In the sentence, tu as des frères, means do you have brothers or do you have some brothers? Oui, j'en ai deux. Here you're using a number. Yes, I have two. If you wanted to omit the number, the sentence would still be correct. You would be saying, yes, I have some. So here, do you have any brothers or some brothers? Yes, I have two, or yes, I have some, if you're taking out that word de. Il prend combien de comprimés? We're asking specifically how many pills he's taking. Il en prend 3. So we have to include a number if that's the information we're looking for, and that's what we can use with this pronoun. Il a combien de CD? Il en a beaucoup. He has a lot of them, is what that means. So just like other pronouns, on it comes directly before the verb whose meaning it is linked to. So this should all look familiar. Il en parle. If we make this negative, il n'en parle pas. Il veut en parler. The meaning is linked to talking about it, not wanting it, or wanting about it. See, that makes no sense. Il ne veut pas en parler. Again, it goes with the verb that it is linked to. So here are your practice sentences. You are going to pause and try to rewrite all of these or respond. Respond to all of these with the indications. And you are going to replace the words in italics, les mots en italique, avec en. So all of this right here, des comprimés, is going to be replaced by en. But you're also going to make sure you add the information in the parentheses where there is a number or there is an indication of quantity. When you're ready, pause and then hit play when you're ready to see the answers. Here are the answers to the questions. Okay, so that is it. We will go over this in class. Merci beaucoup.